It's Friday the 13th. I'm Joseph. This is Input English. Today we talk about an interesting topic, superstitions. Good luck, bad luck, and superstitions. Of course, this episode is for the purpose of comprehensible input. But this is an interesting topic and it should be useful for our purpose of comprehensible input for English learners. So let's get started. Why would I be interested in today being Friday the 13th? The context is superstition. So let's start out. What is a superstition? Superstitions are beliefs often considered irrational. They may deal with unrelated subjects, and they are usually in terms of luck, fate, or magic. Throughout human history, we have evidence of various superstitions, and a lot of them are culturally based. Superstitions are shared among people. Many superstitions are taught to children by their families. Now, as I approach this business of superstitions, I don't want to ridicule people for their belief. I want to remain respectful, even if I don't share their beliefs. There are a lot of superstitious people in the United States. There are superstitious people around the world. What I'd like to do today is talk about some common superstitions that one sees in the United States. The first one we've already started with, and that is Friday the 13th. Actually, the number 13 is where this all started. The number 13 in ancient times was considered an odd number. It is an odd number. We have 12 months, but 13? So in antiquity, 13 was often considered an unlucky number. In the United States, it is common for people to be superstitious about the number 13 and Friday the 13th in particular. Some people choose to not do important things on Friday the 13th because of their superstition. A lot of buildings avoid labeling a floor 13 or a room 13. Hotels, office buildings, hospitals frequently skip the number 13 when they are numbering floors and rooms. It is common to see a building with a 12th and a 14th floor, but no 13th floor labeled. In the United States, a majority of the people describe themselves as not very superstitious or not superstitious. Fewer than 10% of people consider themselves very superstitious. For me, I consider myself not superstitious, and so I don't take Friday the 13th or the number 13 into consideration when I choose what I'm going to do or where I'm going to do it. What are some of the other common superstitions in the United States? As a child, when I went to school, to the first grade, I was quickly introduced to superstitions that were told to me by the other children. These are things that I was not taught about when I was growing up in the family. It was when I went to school that I learned about these things. One of the boys in my first grade class produced a small object from his pocket and told me it was for good luck. I had never seen such a thing. It was a keychain, but he had no keys on it. It was furry and white, and it was perhaps 1.5 or 2 inches long. He explained that it was a rabbit's foot. He explained that it was a good luck charm and it will bring him good luck. As a 6-year-old being told about this, I already was suspicious of a contradiction. If that rabbit's foot was for good luck, it struck me as quite odd because for the rabbit, it was very bad luck. He lost his foot. Some people still carry rabbit's feet as good luck charms. You can buy them on Amazon. They're anywhere from $3 to $8 a piece, and you can buy them in various colors. It is common for them to have a keychain so you can carry them with your keys. Also, when I was 6 years old, attending school for the first time, I was surprised that children were concerned about stepping on cracks in the pavement. I remember a little boy telling me, "Step on a crack and break your mother's back." That sounded horrible. It was a superstition being taught to me as a 6-year-old. I didn't buy it. That is, I didn't believe it. Some superstitions actually are reasonable. It is bad luck, they say, to walk under a ladder. Well, that actually makes sense, because if you walk under a ladder, you could be injured. So I don't find fault with that. I don't think any supernatural phenomenon is at work there. Simple Newtonian physics would tell us that the ladder or another object on the ladder could fall upon you and you could be injured. It makes sense, and so I don't really consider that superstitious. I consider that common sense. However, in the United States, bad luck from walking under a ladder is considered a superstition. Black cats are frequently connected to fear and superstition. When I was growing up, we didn't have any cats. Our family had dogs, and so we rarely came into contact with cats, and a minority of those cats were black. So the topic never really came up. The story goes, if a black cat crosses your path, you're in for some bad luck. As a child hearing that, I didn't buy it. We are told that breaking a mirror will bring us 7 years of bad luck. This belief dates back to ancient times. Again, I approach that belief with some skepticism, and I think more in terms of the potential of being injured by sharp pieces of glass resulting from the broken mirror. But it is common for us to be told, break a mirror and you'll get 7 years of bad luck. Later in life, I was informed that if one spills salt, that can bring bad luck. I couldn't understand how that would work, and then someone explained that salt historically was very valuable and spilling salt was wasteful, and that would invite bad luck. The remedy for spilling salt that was explained to me was to take a pinch of that salt and throw it over your left shoulder. I didn't understand how that could help, but someone explained that by throwing the salt over your left shoulder, if the devil is behind you, you will throw the salt into the devil's eyes. Okay, an interesting story. I'm not going to buy it, but that's the superstition. For this next one, I need a prop. So I have an umbrella. And you know how umbrellas work. We are told that opening an umbrella in the house, indoors, will bring bad luck. You can tell from what I just did, I don't buy it. I don't believe in that superstition, but in reality, I don't see much point in opening an umbrella indoors. One of the few superstitions that was taught to me by my parents had to do with the wishbone. What's a wishbone? Here's a picture of a wishbone. A wishbone is a bone from a chicken or a turkey. It is symmetrical, and it is analogous to our collarbones. In humans, the collarbones are right and left. They are paired structures. But in birds, this is usually a forked bone called a furcula, and furcula is the correct anatomic name for the wishbone. As far back as Roman times, people believed that if you break the wishbone, and if you get the larger piece, then you will get good luck. That was taught to me in a lighthearted way as a child. When we had a roast chicken or a roast turkey, there was a wishbone. And at some point in the meal, that bone would be retrieved from the carcass of the roast bird, and then two children would pull on the ends of the wishbone, knowing that it would break. One of the children would get the larger piece, and supposedly that would result in good luck. We were not told that getting the smaller piece resulted in bad luck. The United States is not the only place that superstitions are encountered. When I have had the opportunity to travel, occasionally I would run into beliefs that appeared to be superstitions. I always tried to approach that topic respectfully. People are entitled to their beliefs. When I was traveling in Turkey many years ago, I was introduced to a talisman that is commonly displayed in Turkey for good luck. I bought one. This talisman I bought in Turkey, probably in Istanbul, in a gift shop, a small store. And the reason I bought it was not hoping that it would garner good luck for me or provide any protection. I bought it because I liked it. I like the intense saturated blue color and the design. I thought it was attractive, so I bought one. I actually bought several. When I was growing up, my parents didn't put any emphasis on superstition, and my dad really poo-pooed the idea. He pointed out that superstitions just didn't make any sense and that we shouldn't believe in them. That has been the way I've approached superstition ever since. At some point, as an adult, I heard a saying that seemed to sum it up. I was told that it's bad luck to be superstitious. I hope you have a fine Friday the 13th. I hope that you are subscribed to the Input English channel. If not, hit that free subscribe button. It really helps the channel to grow. I invite comments below, and if you like videos like this, be sure to click on this one next. See you soon.